What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to my channel, The DeAndre Way. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back to join me, welcome back. Love to see you again. And today is a beautiful day. We are filling out our NBA 2025 NBA playoff bracket. I know I repeated myself, but I'm a little delusional. My allergies are kicking back up today, y'all. This is the fifth time this spring my allergies has came because of this crazy New York weather. 70 degrees out today. I'm loving it, but my eyes ain't. Anyway, we going to get right into it, y'all. The NBA playoffs 2025, NBA.com has a fill out your bracket thing and that we're going to do, and I'm going to pick my winner, because I got some insider info that I think I know what's going down. So let's get right to it, y'all. We're going to fill this thing out. We are going to get a perfect bracket, and you could win $1,000,000. Let's win this $1,000,000. Okay, we don't need all that. We don't need all that. Brackets lock April 24th. Okay, let's play. All right. So, first is the Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Thunder picked by 90%, 97% of the fans. Look, this should be easy. The Thunder, if they lose this, they're going to have to break the team up. Point blank in the period. Memphis has an injured Ja Morant. He played well last night, but he's injured still. There's no way I can see the Grizzlies winning this series. I don't see it. Unless you're from Memphis, I don't see why you picking the Grizzlies or you Ja Morant fan. But I think it's just delusion, even if you are from there. There's no way. I mean, I've seen one seeds lose before. Thunder aren't immune to losing as well, but I think they're on a mission this time, at least in the first round. So we're going to pick the Thunder in 5 games. I think they'll get the gentleman's sweep. Next is the Denver Nuggets, my squad. I'm a Nuggets fan, okay? I'm a little biased with that, so that might hurt me in this. But hey, Nuggets picked by 55% of the fans. Clippers picked by 45% of the fans. I'm picking the Nuggets, y'all. Now I can't go against my squad. Now I think this will be a tough series. The Nuggets, they, ended the season a little wonky. The Clippers ended the season hot. I don't think it's going to be easy. This series definitely probably going 7 games, y'all. Nuggets going to take it home. I don't want them to lose. That's more of a heart pick. I don't want my fandom to take over too much. But I have to pick the Nuggets to win the series and move on to the second round. Now, I'm going to just go through the whole first round first, and then we'll get to the second round. Next game is the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Los Angeles Lakers are picked by 88% of the fans. This is a tough one. LeBron James, Luka Doncic. Doncic beat the Timberwolves last year in the playoffs. Minnesota, Rinson Water. Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert. But as Shannon Sharp, he says he don't care what it is. He's doing Lakers in 5. I don't think it's going to be Lakers in 5, but I will pick the Lakers. I think it'll be Lakers in 6 games, man. I'm taking the Lakers in 6 games. This is their season to do it. If they don't do it, LeBron might just be up on out of there, or Bronny James. One of them two. I can't see them losing in the first round. I just can't. Matter of fact, I'll keep it at 6. It could be 7 though. Next is the Houston Rockets against the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets 2 seed, but they're underdogs, and the records aren't too much different. So the record really don't matter in this. Now, that's crazy to have a 2 seed as an underdog. Crazy. However, it's not shocking. The Warriors have experience. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, 4 championships against Houston Rockets team that hasn't proved anything yet. They proved that they can do good in the regular season. I've never really been a big Warriors fan, and I'm not going to start today. We picking the Rockets, y'all, in 7 games. I don't care what nobody says. Look, the Rockets coming to play, hopefully, and you got to put the old dog down some days, and I think it's their time to, they're going to be one of those teams, kind of like I compare them to the Sacramento Kings that were in the playoffs for the first time in forever a few years back with De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, and they came in as a 3 seed, and I believe they played the Warriors too. This is a very identical kind of series, but I see the Rockets overcoming what the Kings couldn't. Now look at the Kings now. So let's hope that's not in the same route in store for the Rockets. We will move along to the Eastern Conference. The Cavaliers playing the Miami Heats. I'm not even going to go through this one, y'all. Cavs in 5. The Heat, terrible. They don't have Jimmy Butler. Tyler Herro's cold. I know, but they're going to need a real hero to save them with that, and I don't think they got it. We move along to the 4 and 5 matchup. The Milwaukee Bucks played the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The Bucks are without, or I think Damian Lillard is playing, and I'm assuming he is going to play. And the Bucks went out sad last year in the first round, so I got to pick the Bucks this year, man. The Pacers, they shouldn't even been in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They got lucky because the Knicks were injured. Their first round, I can't remember who they beat. They were a little bit injured and not playing well either. So I'm picking the Bucks in 6 games. I think the Pacers are choke artists. Next is the New York Knicks. Will be there tonight at the Detroit Pistons. Now, this might be the most compelling series of the whole first round in my eyes. The Pistons, they only picked by 18% of the fans, but I think that this game definitely going to go 7 games. I'm picking the Knicks in 7 games, y'all. New York can't lose this series. They just got Karl-Anthony Towns. They got Mikal Bridges. New York going to light itself on fire if they lose to the Pistons first round. I am not trying to live in a fire-infested city right now. We are picking the Knicks to win that series. I live in New York, so I kind of, I don't have to go with them, but come on now, can't go against the Knicks at home, or can we? But anyways, Cade Cunningham coming out party. If you ain't seen some of the videos, check the shorts. But yes, the Knicks will be winning that series. Next is the Eastern Conference Series for the Celtics against the Orlando Magic. Celtics picked by 99% of the fans. Wow, 99% of y'all. 1% of fans picking the Magic. Wow, that hurts. Well, I think I'll go with the 99%. In this one, I can't see the Celtics losing to the Magic. Now, the Magic are a quality squad. They won their playing game. They had a good season. They got the Paolo Banchero. They got Wagner. They got Suggs. They got Cole Anthony. They got a good squad. However, the Celtics got a better squad, man. And the Jaylen Brown might not even be needed this series. And in that case, I'm picking the Celtics in 5 or 6. 5 games. I don't think there's going to be no sweeps. Look, every team is somewhat respectable. They got stars on every single team in here. But I got to pick the Celtics in 5. Next, we go back to the top. The Thunder against the Nuggets. This one was tough. Which I know I got to go with the squad. Man, I'm picking the Nuggets, y'all. Come on now. Nuggets in 7 games, man. We Nuggets are used to game 7s. We doing it this year, man. It's time to come back and show and everyone. This is the battle of the MVPs now, or the potential MVP and the real MVP. Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't think they're going to announce the MVP until after this series is over, and whoever wins that series will win the MVP. That's my opinion. And I got to give it to Jokic, man. Jokic is a better player. He's been doing the most. Without Jokic, the team will be trash. Without Shai, that team wouldn't be good as well, but they have other, top picks on that team. The Nuggets, we ain't got no top picks really like that on our squad. I'm picking the Nuggets, man. Anyways, next is the Lakers versus the Rockets. This will be an interesting matchup. This will be a very interesting matchup. Will the Rockets be the team to kind of come through and make the finals this year out the West? The Western Conference Finals at that versus the Lakers. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I see the Lakers doing it in 6 games. The Lakers, LeBron James. This is the matchup they want against a young team who doesn't have experience. LeBron James thrives against those teams. And I think Luka is going to, he dismantled the Mavericks when he played them, and he's time to do the Texas Toast 2-step. And two-step and get the second Texas team up out of there. The San Antonio Spurs, they're already out the playoffs, so it don't even matter. He don't even need to stomp on them to get the 3-step on. So I'm going to give it to the Lakers. Next is the Eastern Conference semifinal, 1 against the Cavs against the Bucks. Now, this determines if Damian Lillard is playing or not. Now, I'm just going to assume he's playing. I'm going to pick that he's playing. The Cavs, I don't see them beating the Bucks if they have Damian Lillard. If they don't, yes, the Cavs are winning this easily. I think it's time for the Bucks, man. I think it's time for the Bucks. I'm picking the Bucks in. I just don't believe in the Cavs. I don't believe in the Cavs. I'm picking the Bucks in 7 games, man. I'm picking the Bucks in 7, man. It's time for Giannis to come back to the finals. Last year wasn't it. He was injured as well in the playoffs. He's coming back with a vengeance and looking for revenge. Next is the Eastern Conference semifinal 2. The New York Knicks versus the Boston Celtics. Man, this one is going to be wild. But I don't think New York can get it done, y'all. I don't think New York can do it. Look. They got a good squad. They got to play their best games. If Karl Anthony Towns dominates this and gets the ball majority of the time, and the ball isn't being handled by Brunson too much, handled by Bridges, OG, everybody else, they will win the series. I'm calling that. But I don't think the I don't think the Knicks will do that. I think they're just going to play the same way they've been playing, hero ball when it comes to the playoffs. Brunson's going to try to do his thing, and Brunson's cold now. But in order to beat the Celtics, you need your team, and you need your bigs. The Celtics' one vantage point against them is their bigs. That's their, I won't say weak spot, but that's their vulnerable spot. And it's up to the Knicks to expose that. They got the best big man in the Eastern Conference playoffs, bar none, I mean, there's no other big man in the Eastern Conference that's better than Karl Anthony Towns. But I don't think they'll use him like that. So I'm picking the Celtics in 6 games, knocking the Knicks out. Once again, we go back to the top. The Western Conference semifinals. The Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Another rematch between the two teams. Now, everybody wants the Doncic Cinderella story. Everybody wants that. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing that. I could see, Doncic winning the NBA Finals with the Lakers and them really sticking it to Nico Harrison and the Mavericks. I could see that. But I also could see them losing too. So I'm picking them to lose against the Nuggets in 7 games. The Nuggets, 3 game 7s. They will be tired come the NBA Finals. You can't have me pick the NBA playoffs, man, with the Nuggets in there, man. Especially when they're quality too. They got the MVP on the squad, man. So the Nuggets have had the Lakers number the last several years, and I think they'll have it again. So we will move on to the Eastern Conference Finals between the Bucks and the Celtics. Man, will the Celtics defend their ring? Will they? As it should have been Celtics versus Nuggets a couple years back when the Nuggets won it. But barring the Lillard health, it's time. I think it's Dame time. The Bucks in 6 games. The Bucks in 6 games. I think the Celtics will be knocked off. I think it's time for the Bucks to kind of show the world who they really are, and we get the battle of the 4 and 5 seed, the Denver Nuggets versus the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Finals. Who will win? Previous MVPs, overseas, making it with ease. Giannis versus Jokic. Serbia versus Greece. What's going to happen? We already know what's going to happen, y'all. The Nuggets in 6. The Nuggets in 6. It's Dame time to get to the finals, but he going to end up like AI and lose in the finals. And it's time for the Nuggets to win. How many total points will be scored in the game 1 of the NBA Finals? Game 1? I'm going to put 2-17. That's what we're doing. Yes, I acknowledge it. Please submit. We'll do that after this, y'all. I ain't gonna do that right now. But that is my pick for the NBA championship. The Denver Nuggets to win. Let's go, Nuggets. Woo! Let's go. So, y'all, that's my picks for the NBA playoffs. The Nuggets will win the entire thing. I'm expecting them to, do the thing, man. The Nuggets, they've had an up-and-down season. Yes, I am biased. I'm saying that right now, but they're a championship roster. They have championship experience. Michael Porter Jr. champion, Jamal Murray champion, Christian Braun champion, Nikola Jokic champion. The whole starting five is champions. Murray, Braun, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, Jokic. Now we need the bench to come through. The bench is the key for the Nuggets. The bench is the key for and Murray, of course. But the bench is the key. We have some inexperience there. We have some champions on the bench too. Peyton Watson, champion. Julian Strawther. Is he a champion? I think he was a champion. Maybe not. Was he a rookie last year? I don't know if he's a champion, but we got champions on the bench anyways too. And we did fire the coach. We did fire the coach. That whole coaching thing is up in the air too, y'all. I hope that doesn't come to bite us in the butt. I've never been the biggest Malone fan, but I appreciate and respect the guy heavily. So we'll see what happens. I'm praying the Nuggets get the job done. We're gonna go live with the NBA playoffs with the Nuggets in a couple hours actually. So and we're gonna be talking about the game as it goes on. And yeah, y'all, let's go Nuggets. I'm praying for the basketball gods to just bless us one more time. And let's not let Nikola go to the Lakers. I don't think the Nuggets will do some stupid stuff like the Mavericks, but you never know nowadays. I mean, I thought Luka was more untouchable than Jokic. So, anyways, y'all, that's my picks for the 2025 NBA playoffs. We on the Denver Nuggets train, and let's go. Let's ride, and let's get all these dubs, y'all. You need 16 wins. Let's get it done.